What's up, guys? It's your boy, Dope Randy, back at it again with the second race of the Sofa Summer Series. As this time, we are going to go to Auto Club, as we're going to look to do battle in this race as we did in the last race at Talladega, which I swear I've gotten feedback from the vid, and the emotional support I have received has been overwhelming. As here at Dope Randy YT, we continue to find new ways to lose races, as I've been doing so for 8 seasons now, and that was a completely new way to lose a race. But we're gonna forget if you didn't see it, you really should. It would explain the new Summer Series and all that, and you'll see the first race. But enough about the first. Let's go to the second. As here we have Auto Club, and we are in our heat race, and we have some new fellas, as we're gonna split 3 wide just right off the bat, because Bodie was just so nice to give us the middle. But like I was saying, we have some recognizable trucks and some new trucks. Like, we all recognize Jane from our last video, because me and him were literally like best friends in elementary school, following each other just all over, and we were back in the same heat race. And then that 16 truck up there is Clash of Craft, and the Ford 15 truck behind us is T-Board. The 3 truck we all know is Dad, who won the A-Main at Talladega, so shout out to him. And that 13 truck, who's now about a half a second behind us, is the 13 of Bodie. As early on, we are having a really good battle in the heat. And if you forgot how the heats work, it is a 6-person, it's 6 people. First place gets to go to the A-Main directly, and second and third go to the C-Main, and 4 through 6 go to the D-Main. And last time we was in the D-Main, and that was an adventure. So let's see if we can do that this time, or not do that this time. So, as you see here, we're just trying to get settled out right here. Dad and Jane are out 1-2. Me and T-Board are 3 and 4. Kraft in P5, and then Bodie all by himself in P6. God bless his soul. So I feel like as the 5 of us are just covered under a blanket within a tenth and a half of the lead. As you see, Kraft is he was trying to be a little aggressive up there, getting into the gas when all of us was trying to pedal it, and it kind of broke up the pack just a smidge. As we have a nice inside line now, and I'm going to go under T-Board for P2. Here comes Kraft, just throwing it in like a lone dart on a summer barbecue. I try to maintain the momentum as I'm gonna get split 3 wide, but Kraft thinks about it, and he tucks in behind me. And so I don't want to lose I want to maintain my spot. As you see, I'll throw it in, try to get clear of T-Board in the 15 truck. And with the drafting help of Clash, we eventually do. But I don't want to lose the draft of Dad, because especially at Auto Club and all of these tracks, really, as long as you have the draft, you have a chance. As Kraft I don't know what that was, but now here comes Jaden and Kraft in a side-by-side, and I have kind of, for the most part, lost the help as Dad is swerving to avoid my draft. I've got T-Board now coming behind me with a big head of steam. As we go into turn 3. Now, in this heat race, I could not do turn 3 if I had a shotgun to my head. As you can tell, T-Board just sucks up to my tailgate. And it's going to allow Kraft to get onto the back of him. So we have 4 laps to go. We're catching Dad now. It's still 2 tenths. It's anyone's ball game within the top 5 here. And we're just buying time as Kraft made some money moves under T-Board for P3 in their side-by-side, which is going to kill those two's draft, but I still have the draft of Dad, even though he's trying to swerve like a drunk driver on the interstate at 12 o'clock. But now we are right there with them. And I just have a terrible turn 3 right there again. Just couldn't do anything with that. And he's going to suck right back up to me. And we try to maintain. It's still 2:10, so 3 laps to go. Right here I'm trying to think about how am I going to win this race. As Kraft and T-Bud continue to battle with each other and kill the momentum. I'm still with Dad, just fun and dandy. As Kraft does get in front of T-Bud for 4th place, and Jane is right there with them, just stalking, just hiding in the weeds, if you will. We come into 2 1/4 laps, and Jaden's going to throw it in, and he just hits me in the left reel. And that just kills my momentum, and that kills everything I have. As the lead is going to grow to 4/10, coming to 2 laps to go. It's going to take a lot now, but if we can get a good turn 1, as no, he hits me even hodl, and that's going to kill our momentum. And at 5/10 of a second, I don't think that's going to do anything. As now Kraft and T-Bud and Jane are going to be side by side battling for each other for that last B main spot. We do get a great turn 3, and I'm sucking right back up to him. But will it be enough? I don't know. As we're coming to 1 lap to go in heat number 4, I believe it was, presented by Sunoco #cheap-plug. As you see, and you've seen, we've gained 2/10 on him since the in a half a lap, but I don't think it's going to be anything. We drive it down in turn 1, and it sticks. And now we're semi there, but I don't think it's going to be enough unless something happens to the defending winner in the last race. We drive it down in there one more time, and it's a good run, but it's not going to be enough, as probably your dad is going to win heat number 4, which is the one we were in. The good news is that we're not going to be in D main this time. We're not going to be in D main, as we're going to go straight to C main. And it looks like between the battle of T-Bud, Kraft, and Jaden, T-Bud got that spot for the second C main spot. And it looked like Jaden, I didn't say it, but Jaden spun with 1 or 2 laps to go, ripping the chat to that fella. As he's going to go to the D main. Bodie will also go to the D main, and Clash of Kraft will also go to the D main. That was intense racing. That gave me some good vibes for later on. I feel confident I can get to the A main if the right situations happen. Yeah, I feel like we could have had a run at Dad for that heat win, but just the situation did not evolve like I wanted to. So to make a run at him, I couldn't, like, if it was 2-on-1 with a half a second back, we could have definitely got to him. But 1-on-1, we made up 3/10, but I needed 5, and the frenetic racing from 2 through 5 was just too much for me to get in a realistic situation to pass Dad for that heat win. But that's good. Good job. And now we're going to go to the C main, and I will see you there in just a second. And we back for the C main as we are starting P2, and you see the lineup. There's one big, glaring, shining, flamboyant person in this race along with me. Starting in P3, Major Spy, who might or might not be gargantuan and fat. But that's for another time, for another day. Go subscribe to his YouTube and follow him on Twitch, as he does. Well, he doesn't do what I do, but he does some pretty good stuff when it comes to content like Madden and MLB and all types of that stuff. but he's also really good at heat, so we'll see what happens here. Like I said, in the heat race, I feel really good about where I'm at right now when it comes to this truck for this race. As I think we've got 9 laps to go done. Now, for the C main, the top 2 go directly to the A main. Positions 3 through 7 go to the LCQ, and 8, 9, and 10 go to the go directly to the B main. No chance of an LCQ. As we have Purple Palmetto on the pole, and I'm just going to get in line behind him, and Major Tutson behind me, so it's 1, 2, and 3. As the whole line's coming, and quickly, I wanted Major to assert some dominance, and so I did want to be aggressive. I didn't want to be too aggressive, but I wanted to get past Palmetto as soon as possible. So when he pulled up right here, I found that as the green light in the full lane, and so I'm just going to dive right under him, and he's going to get a bad run. And we're going to have a new leader in the 56 truck, which needs a sponsor. We need sponsors, but that's for another time. But we are now in front, and all we have to do is maintain either first or second for the next 6 laps. As we're going to come to 6 laps to go this time by. And now Major has gotten around that crowd for P2 as we have 7 laps to go. And yeah, basically me and Major, no pun, I mean, I feel like the two of us are two of the more smolder people when it comes to race sense. And so we know we don't need to pass each other for the win. We just need to stay 1-2. But as you can see, we have a familiar face or a familiar name that's coming to the picture. As in P3, Come On Face, who was in our heat race at Talladega in the first video. Spoiler alert, he beat me. But anyway, he has pulled away from everyone else, and he has now caught me and Major as that truck is flying, like fucking flying. And so now we now have a 3-truck tango at the top as we're coming to 5 laps to go. And basically all 3 of us are going to be within a blanket of each other, 2 to 3 tenths. And so basically at this point you have to think about what are you going to do to make sure you don't get through. And with that said, I'm going to have to drive a defensive line. And I hope this truck sticks. And especially coming to 4 laps to go. And we're laying down some pretty good lap times of 41:13. As I actually ran my as I got loose. You saw me for a second. I had to get out of the gas. I tried to give some draft to Major, but he just sorts my ass, and that was almost bad. As contact was made with Major and Come On Face, and everyone avoids disaster. But I feel like that was all started with me getting loose, coming out of that corner, and I have to throw blocks, and I'm going to allow him to go to the outside, because the inside line is quicker than the outside. So we're coming to 3 laps to go, and so, like I thought, the inside line always prevails, and now Arnold and Major are going to be side by side for P2, and Arnold tried to come down on Major, but he got the job done. As those two are going to be side by side, as we're going to come to 2 laps to go this time by, Now, I wish that they would be about a half a second behind, but they are literally 2/10 behind me, and now coming to 1/10, because they are getting the draft and they are coming quickly. Those two remain side by side. I just got to do my thing and not fumble the bag. As we get a good turn one, those two continue to be side by side. As Major has to tuck in behind Ono in the 45. He tries to go low. I throw a block on him, make him go high again. And, like I said, the inside line's going to prevail. As Major tries to go underneath him, but he can't do it. And he tries to go underneath, but I won't allow it. As we're coming to one lap to go in the C main, presented by Chevrolet. Hashtag cheap plug. 2 spots for the A main for 3 drivers. Who's going to get it? I do a hezzy in turn 1. Make him go high. Inside always beats outside in a truck. And so we're going to get that run. And now for the final time going into turn 3, I go low to block the 45. The 45, I know he's going to give me the business. So I just pretty much let out of the gas. He hits me once, twice. Here comes the 18. They make contact. And thank God, because I'm going to go win this. I'm going to go win this stage. As Major in the hit once, twice, 3 times. Who gets it? And it's Major Spot as he goes into the grass. And he wins by 74 thousandths of a second. Oh my God. Oh man. What a race. What a race. Standing ovations for the top 3. Great racing. I knew the 45 was going to try to do something. And so I basically just pulled off I just tried to protect the bottom as much as I could. And it pretty much got to the point where I killed his momentum coming out of 3. And Major got that amazing run on the bottom. Like the bottom. And those two just had an amazing drag race coming to the line. And thank God I was ahead of it and not behind it. But we finally win something. And we are going to go to the A main, boys. And Major will too. And even though, oh damn, he was 3/10 faster than us. But great result for the 56 team. Great result after the tragedy and depression that last race brought us. We're going to be in the A main. And let's just get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. And we back for the A main. The main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. 12 drivers for one big trophy. Now we got the usual suspects in here. We got Shadow finally making an appearance. Shout out to him in that 38 truck. I see a T-Bolt up in here. I see Dad. I see a bunch of recognizable names. Now, FYI, Come On Face in the 45 truck did make it into the A main through the LCQ. And thank goodness he did. Because I think he deserved to be in this. He was, for my estimation, one of the 12 fastest trucks. I didn't get to see all the trucks, but damn it. I know fast when I see fast, and that 45 was fucking flying. And I had to pull a lot out of my behind to get in front of him. And so I'm glad he's in here. And it's 12 trucks. Again, like I said, 12 trucks, one big title. As we're going to go green here. Now, it's 25%. It's just like the B main from Talladega. 25% with stages. And you can or cannot pit. I mean, it's your call. And so I took a different approach to this. As we're going to start 8th here. But you'll see what I do in a second as they are having a ball up there racing. Like, we are already fanning out 3 wide. But I really wanted to just make it to the end of this as Major and T-Boy made some contact and Major prevails. And I tuck him behind up front of the 23, who gets hit. Oh, we get hit, and we make it out okay. And from that moment on, I decided that, you know what, I am not going to get involved in any of the mid-pack shenanigans. That I'm just going to wait till the pay window opens, and whatever happens, happens. As up front, ripping the chapter up front in stage 1, as I don't know what that was, but it looked like a chain reaction deal, and he just got the worst end of the deal as he got slammed to the fence and spun, and we got caught up in that too, but it wasn't nearly as bad as up front. So we're in P11, and we've caught back up to this pack heel. As they are just going insane. Really insane, actually. As I was just trying to do the best commentary I can. As they are 3 wide. As J Money is winning this. We're going to go 3 wide right here between Shadow, Cutter, and Come On a Face. And we get past Cuddle and Arnold. And we're up to P9 now. We got 3 laps to go. I don't really want to go up. I don't really want to go up into the middle unless something happens. Then it'll be worth it. As we're in P9, and we're gonna have no drafting happen, so we're gonna get passed by Cuddle, and we're gonna get passed by Arnold. As me and him are gonna be side by side heel. And he can pretty much just have that spot. As I'm just going to be in P11 as there's a checkup up there. And now the top 11 cars or trucks. With 2 laps to go in the stage, all 11 trucks are within a second of each other. You think this is Talladega, but it's not. It's Auto Club. As we're going to get underneath Arnold again in the 45. And we're going to be up to P10 as they all really condensed up there. Cutter and Shadow and Justin, and I think that's Clay in that 74 truck. But we're just going to take it easy. I'm figuring out what the truck is like and what can I do to make it better. As we get a good run right here. And they are 4 wide. 4 wide. As we're going to come to 1 up to go in stage 1, presented by Pepsi, hashtag cheap plug. I'm just going to tuck him behind the 8. Now he goes high. And I'm just going to try to play it safe as I get semi-loose on the apron. And I just decide I don't want to spin. I want to save it. And so we're going to be in P11. And we're just going to pretty much let the situation play itself out. Justin's going to get a good run on Clay, who should pass him on the high side. And I'm going to push him, but it's not really going to be a push. But coming to the end of the stage, he gets 9th. Someone just spun. I think it was Major in the 18 truck. But yeah, P11. And I decide what to do. I liked the truck. We just needed it. We just needed to adjust for the later stages. As we're gonna have a long run in stage 3, and me thinking proactively to that, I want to have a good long run truck. And so we're just gonna make a few minor changes to the PSI and the wedge, but we'll be back at it in P11. Up front has rejoined the party in P12 after getting after getting wrecked, after getting victimized in a chain reaction. 7 laps in stage 2. Just one lap more than stage 1. As we are in P11, now P12. Again, I'm gonna use the same approach as I did. Don't make any big moves unless you absolutely have to or need to. And we'll let the chips fall where they may. Again, they're going 3 wide up there. Someone is into the fence. I think that's Clayboy in the 74. As me up front and J Money, Justin, or 3 wide. We're gonna go underneath 2 of them. Get the 2 for 1 at Applebee's combo up to P9, and then J Money just rams me into the ass. And I get a slight touch to Shadow, but that's gonna affect his turn exit as well. But no home, no foul. No one loses a spot. As I'm just taking it really easy at this point in time, up to P9, methodically working our way through the field as I just get incredibly loose and out of my timing and rhythm. As Clayboy's gonna go past. J Money's gonna go past, and up front will pass me too. I am back to last place after just getting just a slight, well, not slight, that was a major loose. And that was really the first time the truck's done that all night, as J Money and up front go side by side for P10. I'm just gonna tuck in behind him. And let's just push this 26 truck to wherever I want him to go. And that's going to be to the ass of up front in the 23, as half of this stage is gone. And now, as you can see, we have all 12 trucks within 0.7 of a second. As Dad, who was winning this race, has hit the fence. And so, I'm going to push him. Excuse me. So I'm going to push him and get him back up into the fray. Again, this is all going according to the plan. And I'm just seeing all this racing uphill. And all this 3-wide action. And it would just be a shame if there was an accident. You know, as they're going 4 wide, and they all make it through, as we're gonna pass up front of the 23, we're gonna be beside Clay in the MHR 74 truck. Again, we're all within within 0.6 as up front made some money moves for P10, as he takes me and Clay 3 wide. But I'm gonna get the momentum from Dad's draft, and we're gonna go in front of him. 2 laps to go in stage 2, up to P10. As we're slicing and dicing up there, when someone's on the apron, and we have a crash. Justin's in it, Dad's in it. It looked like Shadow was in it, and now look at me. I'm up to P6 because now Major lost some momentum, and the 45 truck of Honor, I'm going to be right beside of him too, and we're going to get around him. As this is just timed out perfectly. And you know what? And you know, one of my plans actually worked for once, damn it. After coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go in stage 2% of my AAA. Hashtag cheap plug. As we are in P5, the stage is already a success, as someone almost got loose again. As it looks like that's Coe in the 24 truck. And Honor in the 45 is going to push us. And someone gets all out of rhythm. That's the 16 of Meat, who we haven't seen at all during this whole time. But now, welcome to the dance. As we're going to come to the end of the stage 2, T-Board wins. We're going to have a photo finish. And we get Meat for 4th place. P4 is ours. And how about that? Going from 12th to 4th. in about 2 3/4 laps, anticipating danger, anticipating madness. If he guessed correctly, the rewards are endless as we are now into the top 5 in 4th place. The pay window has opened as we're going to come to less than 20 laps left, around the 16 or 18. And now all we have to do is do what we did at Talladega, put ourselves in the right spot, and we will be Gucci in the club as Justin, J Money Justin, does not pit, which is really interesting. Really interesting. I don't know why. As we're coming to the green flag for stage 3, as Cutter's going to get a big run on T-board. T-board blots. Cutter comes down. What are you? What? Oh my god. Dude. That's the... You know, if you don't have... If I had luck, I would have rotten luck. As that. That's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. And that was 6.5 seconds behind the pack of 11. 11 is always going to beat the 1, so... P12 it is. P12 it is. And before... Don't go in Cutter's DMs and telling him... Oh, don't be negative towards Cutter in the DMs. Don't do any of that. It wasn't his fault. He got the big run on T-board, going into turn 1 on that restart, and T-board threw the block, and Cutter had to go down, and he got a new shift. I think something about the shifter or shifting. I don't know what the fuck. And when he was shifting it, he got loose shifting and just plowed me into the fence. It's not his fault. It's fucking technology's fault. As I find new ways to get fucked in the ass. Again, it's not his fault. It's the shifting. And, you know, I felt like I had a good truck that could win this race. I played the strategy game perfectly. Was up to 4th place when all of that happened. And then the shifting from Cutter just decided to come full of violence. And he chose me in the 56 truck as the victim. Now, like I said, don't be negative towards him. It's not his fault. I also don't want y'all to watch me going all by myself around this track for the next God knows how many laps. Even though we all catching J Money in the 26 truck, but that's because he didn't pit and he's on auto tires. I still don't know why he didn't pit. But 13 laps to go. Y'all don't want to see me do that. So if anything else happens, I'll let y'all know. But I'll see y'all in a second. And we back as we're coming to 2 laps to go. As you see, there have been some development. We have gained 2 spots. One from T-Board in the 15 truck. Let's just say he made some adjustments to his truck and the handling on that did not go according to the plan. I'll leave it at that. And then J Money in the 88, he was trying to pass Cuddle, and then his old tires and him trying to make an aggressive move, it just did not work out as he smacked the wall and wrecked. As we're coming to 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank, hashtag cheap plug. And if there's silver lining to any of this, it is the fact that we got a top 10. Like, I could be a whiny little bitch and complain and moan and groan about the situation, but that's just not who I am. I try to be positive. I try to be excited as Dad wins again. 2 races, 2 wins for probably your dad. So, good for him. Good for him. We're going to come home 10, sliding in the grass. Excuse me. As you see, Dad wins. Arnold finishes P2. I knew that truck was fast as fuck. Shadow 3rd, Clayboy 4th, Major 5th, up front sits Meat 7th, Justin 8th, Cutter 9th, I'm 10th. And yeah, we've had the first 2 races in this summer series has come full circle for exposing me to find new ways to fumble the bag. But you know what? We're going to keep on trying, and we're going to keep on plopping away at it. Because eventually we gotta knock the door down. We got to knock the door down. And so, yeah, about the next race. The next race is at Kansas, and that ought to be interesting, especially with. It's probably up to this. I mean, I know this is only the 3rd race, but it's probably the track where the draft is going to be utilized the least. And there's only 12 races in this stint, so we'll see what happens then. But for now, that's race dose. At least we got A main, and we finished in the top 10 in that. So, if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell for all notifications. Congratulations to Dad for winning. Don't be mad at Cuddle. It is what it is. I'm dope, and peace out.